Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Up Your Experience podcast. And let me tell you, we are winging it tonight, baby. I got no notes. I saw Bats' fridge in the background, and it reminded me that Luke saw that fridge the other day. He's like, oh my God, I need this.
I know, right? That's what I did.
And now I feel like he needs it. I don't know. But Bats, how's it going, dude?
It's all right. Long day.
Okay, we have a lot to talk about. A little, you know what I mean?
A lot to talk about. A little.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I know you've just been like slamming Assassin's Creed while I've been gone.
Yeah, I have been slamming Assassin's Creed hardcore.
And I know
Mirage. It's been fun.
As far as my games go, I played a lot of Overwatch today. It's gone pretty good. I had a really sick play on Roadhog. They have freeze tag right now, which is like 4v4s, but when you eliminate somebody, it turns them into an ice block, and you can res them there. Well, my whole entire team was eliminated. I got somebody, resed all three of my teammates, and then reverse swept the enemy team.
Let's go.
It was super sick. Just been having a good time playing that. We played some Smite last night. It was me, you, Az, and Vio.
Blaise Rage played off of Smite last night?
Yeah, I did. My first two games were great. And then my third game, I built crit. And I was out damaged by Baka Kajura, aka Stupid Whale, that built full tank on both teams.
This needs to be said too, because I got out damaged tremendously, but like I could not step up. I could not back up. I could not move sideways. I could not move forward. Like
that last game was like, it was just dumb. I looked at the enemy team and I was like, oh, these are people that have like lost all night and are now mad, so they're gonna play like the dumbest comp they possibly can.
Yep, that's exactly what I don't know. Like they had so much range, and I don't know. We just got screwed. It was as simple as that.
The cool thing is that happened to us today in Overwatch, where I'm pretty sure we ran into our first like hacker in Overwatch, at least since I've been playing again. That was a fun time. We got like hard push. We couldn't even leave our spawn. It was super fun time.
Let's go. Oh,
but other than that, I played some Fortnite. My wife's, if you've seen, I've been on Fortnite on Discord. My wife has been slamming Music Festival. She loves it. She plays it like every day. She has a good time. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing Warcraft Rumble. Keeping up with that. And then that's really all I've played this week. I think we have some gaming news. I'm going to be talking about Dreamhack a good bit, because that's where I was at this weekend for Guardians of Mental Health, and we'll get to that in a minute. I do have a couple things that we do need to cover, and really just one thing. Bats, have you seen the Insomniac leak?
No.
Okay. So I am not going to cover this in the way that most people are. Most people are covering it like, oh, check out this footage, blah, blah, blah. No.
All right.
They had a massive data breach. Their whole entire roadmap through like 2030 has been like leaked out, along with gameplay footage of games, along with what games they're developing when. And it's garbage, dude. Like, it is garbage. That is private information. Like, employee contracts were leaked in the whole night.
I hate
and
like that.
And it pisses me off. What pissed me off more today is like I'm on social media. It's like, oh, check out the Wolverine gameplay, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want to, dude. It wasn't ready to be seen. They weren't ready to show
it. Wait till it's released. Like, why?
Yeah, I'm not an alpha tester.
I don't want to know. People are so impatient.
Yeah, I'm not, and I didn't watch any of that stuff. I'm not going to. I'm not going to go and read the in-depth stuff that's been leaked. I don't care. If you haven't figured it out by now, from listening to the podcast for, I don't know, the past 2 years or whatever, I am not a huge fan of like data mining. I don't really care. Like I'm cool with like, for instance, I guess the exception to this is like at the beginning of the year, Smite will give us like a lore video and people will try to guess what gods it is. I'm cool with that. Like that's fun because it's not them just going to find that information. Like we're given like
that's
clues
reasonable. It's
and stuff like that. Given. But I don't need data mined information. I don't need leaks. It's more fun when I don't know.
Yep.
In fact, when people ask me, like, do I, like, when I look into games anymore, I really don't. I quit, like, looking into games before they came out and pre-ordering games really a few years ago. It's just not for me anymore. And not because I don't think games should be pre-ordered. Like, I just don't get hype like that. If there's a game I really, like, I've seen, like, a trailer for, I'm like, oh, I really want to play that, then I'll pre-order it. But in general, that doesn't happen.
I don't know. Games today have just not been. I mean, not all games. Don't get me wrong. There are some games that are really good and stuff like that. But at the same time, I just have not been hyped for anything.
Yeah, I have one game I actually have two games I'm hyped for right now. But that's only because I played them at DreamHack. Other than that, like I couldn't tell you. I think like my wife was asking like what's coming out like early next year that I'm excited about, and I couldn't tell you. Because really and truly, like I'm just enjoying what's out now. Or if I know it's like something that's coming out like next month because I've read about it, cool. But in general,
Like
I'm not looking at like next year's games.
yeah, I wouldn't even be playing Assassin's Creed right now if it wasn't for the fact that I got it for $11.
You know what I want to play? Like really bad? I want to do the Norse version, like the first God of War that they re-released on PS5, like the new story. Because Ragnarok got a DLC where it's like roguelike, and apparently it's sick.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. That's the game that I've been meaning to play. I just haven't.
Like that and Spider-Man I'm really
Unfortunately.
wanting to play, and I think that's what I'm gonna do over my Christmas break. Like that's
New
what I'm looking
Spider-Man
for.
or
No, the first like Spider-Man and Spider-Man Morales. Miles Morales. Those are the ones. And then I'll get to Spider-Man 2 at some point, I'm sure. But like I'm looking forward to like playing some single player stuff over the break I got going right now.
oh, dude, I'm playing so much single player stuff.
I'm excited. I guess which kind of brings me to learned a lot of DreamHack this weekend. I've been and I really reevaluate some things because I have spent the time leading up to DreamHack. Like I streamed a few times, but like the previous like 2 weeks, I had been very intermittent just because of IRL, and I don't know if it was. I wouldn't call it burnout. It was just like disinterest in like playing stuff.
Yeah.
Like specifically Smite. I've been pretty honest about my feelings of Season 10 Smite. And not because of like in a negative connotation. I just personally haven't enjoyed it that much. And it's funny because I actually saw a play chart of my playtime in Smite over the past year. And like you can watch it, it like at the beginning of the year, it's like up here. And then it just goes, and like it exponentially takes a downturn. Which is kind of crazy. But that leads me to I am really evaluating some stuff for streaming content. So, for instance, like the Discord's gonna get renamed. It's gonna be the Koi Pond. I love the podcast, but the podcast like isn't my content, like my only content, and what all the Discords like brought around. So that's like one of the things that's changing. It's gonna be named the Koi Pond because that's why we're a community. I think that brings more of a community sense to it, kind of like when it originally was the school, but I didn't want to have it labeled like my job because I felt like that was kind of odd. So that's something that is happening. And then beyond that, I'm looking at doing like some content changes for stream and nothing bad, but like getting back to what I enjoyed, whether that is like playing variety games I enjoy, but also just like being more positive.
Us playing PUBG and stomping
Yeah.
squads.
Yeah. Less anger, more positivity, more talking about mental health and having a good time. I mean, that's what it's about. And like, I'll be honest, I think and this includes myself, if a game is making me upset, I'm just going to like switch games. I think that this is how it's going to be. Or if I have people that are getting upset in the game and like, it's like blah, blah, blah negativity, like I'm just going to mute you. And that's no offense to you. Like you can hop back in the party later or, be muted for the time being, but I'm just going to mute. Like last night I was getting irritated with Smite. I muted.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
And I think it just made it better for everybody when I muted. That's just me being honest. I was frustrated and I was like, cool. I even said, hey guys, I'm going to mute. Really just doing some reevaluation of some stuff for sure. Obviously, I think there's more coming. I'm excited, man. I got an opportunity to possibly cast Rocket League coming up in a couple weeks.
Hey, let's go.
I think that's pretty sick.
Oh, does that mean we have to play Rocket League so you can actually like know what you're tasking about?
Yeah, I might have to watch him play some Rocket League, sadly. But
I have an account. I play a lot of it.
I used to. I still have an account. I used to play it, but I'll probably play some more. So I got asked about it today, and I was like, I'll look into it.
Hey, you know who plays a butt ton of Rocket League?
Gilly.
Yup.
Yeah, I was talking to him today. But no, we're just really just doing some reevaluation, man. I think it's important to evaluate all the time. I tell people that. Like when people go, "Oh, are you going to teach next year?" I'm like, probably, but I don't know. And they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, I reevaluate every year. Like, hey, like what's the best thing for me and my family? 100%. Like I think it's good to look at your different opportunities. I think it's good to reevaluate your opportunities. I think change is good. But I do think like the past 2 months for me, content wise, have been kind of a slump, and I want to make some changes to make it better for sure. And that includes streaming on multiple platforms, something we talked about a few months ago, and I've done kind of a better job of, but not terribly great. And that's something I'm working on.
Yeah, my content has been slacking a lot. All right.
Well, the good news is this: I went to Dreamhack, and Dreamhack was sick.
And had a lot of fun. Sent
I
me
did.
a bunch of obnoxious pictures.
I did send you some obnoxious pictures.
Didn't even get me a Gundam patch. Can you believe this, man?
Look, man. I didn't get you a Gundam patch because I was gonna go back in there, but I knew they were closing down, and I just like I'm not gonna go back up to this person like as they're closing down, like, yo, how much are those?
Oh, you don't even gotta ask price. You just like.
I definitely asked them the price, Bats, because if there was like these knitted figures that like my mom could make, and they were selling them for $85.
Well, if your mom can make me a Gundam knitted figure.
Well, I don't know if she could, but I'm saying like there were these like knitted anime figures that are like this tall, like maybe I don't know, 5-6 inches tall at best. They were charging $85 for them. I was like, that is steep.
I mean, at those conventions, though, they do charge a steep amount.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So you never answer me though. We need to look up a Gundam convention and go to that.
There's why don't we just look up an anime convention like Dragon Con, which is in Atlanta, or Boston Anime Convention, which is also in Boston. Like just go to anime convention. Because that's probably going to be way more fun than something that's just Gundam.
That's true, but I'm gonna have to find something to dress up as, and like that means I'm gonna spend like major money. Yeah, I knew this was coming. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay,
Bats, do I go day by day, or do we just talk about all of it? Like that's the question.
You can talk about all of it. I'm trying to figure out a puzzle right now, and it's aggravating me.
So, speaking of puzzles, I got a new sponsorship offer today.
Hey?
For a game called Jusant, and it's like a puzzle platforming climbing game. It looks really sick.
Is it multiplayer?
No, it's a single player game.
See, you need
so
we need to do that. I'm not interrupting or anything, but that's content we need to do. Are like those escape room games, escape games, puzzle games, because both you and I like that shit, and both you and I dominate at it.
I don't know if I dominate at it. But
oh, dude, I'm not even playing.
I do okay.
I have notebooks of like shit written down on everything that I'm doing, just because I keep it right here. And it's like, okay, if this is like 5 + 2, and then you have this 7. I'm obsessed with games like that.
I guess I'll go day by day. So Friday, I go, and I'll probably go over all of it. But Friday, I wake up at 3 a.m. and I drive to Atlanta because I'm like, I don't need to be there till 8, but I really want to make sure, just in case I hit traffic or something, I give myself some wiggle room. I get there at like 6 o'clock, grab some Caribou Coffee, my favorite coffee shop in Atlanta. And
you have a favorite coffee shop?
Yeah.
How many times do you go to Atlanta?
I used to live there.
Did you really?
Yes, for 4 years.
So you lived in oh wait, no, is that when you drove from Atlanta to Tennessee and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I
never really knew where it was.
Yeah, no, I lived in Atlanta, so I would Caribou is in some airports, but like as far as like actually brick and mortar stores, they're only in Atlanta and Minnesota. I have tried to franchise one in Tennessee, and they told me no. So take that as you will. But I got a ho ho mint mocha, and I got a lemon loaf. It was delicious. And then I went to look for the Airbnb, and I couldn't find it because it was dark outside and it was in a not well lit area. And I took a turn and I hit my tire on a. So apparently, I found this out later. There, you know how they have like the metal drain areas that are sometimes on curbs?
Yeah.
Well, one of the streets I turned onto had that just removed from the curb, and it
So
caught my
there's just
tire.
a chunk.
Yeah, it took a chunk out of my
Oh,
tire. So that's super fun. So that's how I started off Friday. But no, Friday it was just me and Joe, who is the founder of Guardians Mental Health, working the booth, having a good time. I had a really good time in the booth. I got to talk to people about mental health and mental health resources. One of the things we're going to be doing this week on stream is actually going through a kit, because I've shown them on stream. I've gone through like parts of the kit, but I think like actually going through and like seeing everything that's there is really, really helpful.
no, it definitely is a big. It's a big thing.
But I got to interact with a lot of other 50 like nonprofit charities. Able Gamers was there. I got to talk with them. Shout out to everybody that was working with them. Really, really great people over there. Had a good time talking to them. And we worked with Landfest, talked to them about fighting games, because one of the guys there runs several of the fighting games down at tournaments down in Florida. Like he runs one every weekend. He's a part of like CEO, which is a major fighting thing down there. I actually played the guy that finished 9th place in Street Fighter at CEO.
That's crazy.
At Dreamhack, and almost took a game off of him. And I had never, like, I've played the game on Steam Deck and that was it. But I really had a fun time all weekend getting to interact with people that came to the booth. I will say I wish the way Dreamhack had set up the area for the charities was a bit more noticeable, because you kind of had to stumble out of your way to find it. And I think us in the quiet room should have been flip-flopped, because the quiet room would have been further down the hallway in a more quiet area, and we would have been more visible to people that were walking around as far as the charity corner. But that is what it is. I think that'll be in talks for the future of how to approach that. But I had like other people come up and be like, man, I didn't even know where you guys were at. I had a hard time finding it, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into that because I think that is something that will be in discussions with organizers and things of that nature. But it was awesome, dude. Like I walked the floor, and Intel has this wish wall there, and you write a wish about it, like getting a PC, put your name and stuff on the back, but then you get like a free prize. They had shirts, they had Christmas sweaters, they had pins, they had bags, they had Nintendo briefcases, and I got one. And when I got back to the booth, Joe's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a Nintendo briefcase." He goes, "What?" And yeah, we open it. He goes, "How did you get that?" And I get a freaking pin. And I'm talking like, when I say pin, I don't mean like click, click, right pin. I mean like pin that you like pin into something pin. And I laughed because he goes, "Dude, you're just super lucky." And I was like, "Well, I'm going to go back tomorrow and do another wish."
Let's get that right there. Blaise is super lucky, but doesn't ever realize it. He's just like, oh, no.
I told him, I said, I'm gonna go back tomorrow because I'd like to get one for both my kids. Like, I don't want them to have to just share a case, because like right now they have their own cases. And I was able to get another one, and they're awesome. You can fit your Switch in it, Joy-Cons, controller, power adapter, the dock, the whole nine. In like 20 games, you can pop it open. It has like a thing that lifts up, and you can set the Switch on it if you want to play on it. That way it's sitting up. It was awesome.
Well, no, I guess it's like my Zelda case.
I might. Yeah.
I bought like
I'll show it to you
case.
later. I'll show it to you later.
It's got like a something you put the actual Switch in, and then you can put it in the bag. And then it has like all these compartments into it. It's like a messenger bag.
It's a similar idea, for sure. After that,
I like my Zelda case.
there was like bring your own computer area. There's like a Magic the Gathering area. One of the big guys from Cookie Brigade, he actually won a PC from Intel off the wish wall, which is super awesome.
Dude, that's crazy.
If you don't know about Cookie Brigade, because I learned about them there, their charity is like they make cookies, and you can have one for free or you can donate for one, like at different conventions, which I think is super sick. They do a spicy peanut butter cookie. And I was like, I have to look into this. I was like, I have to look into it. I was really confused by the main events that were on the floor. Like the big showcase of like game that was like the finals was Call of Duty Mobile.
Really?
Okay, yeah. And I was like, I don't care. And then
I'm sorry, like I get mobile games, but I don't understand why they're all the hype.
it was just weird. Like, I mean, it was a cool looking area set up, but I was like, I can't get into this. Stormgate, which is a RTS that looks really, really good, was there. Was there to play. They were there playing on stage. Valorant was being played. I watched those a little bit. There was a free play area made by NECC. And the cool thing about that is the free play area had free tournaments going on. There was a $4,000 payout Mario Kart tournament going on all weekend. Like you had to be in the qualifiers to qualify into like the main bracket tournament. But there was like Pokemon Puzzle League, Madden, Mario Party, and several other games in the tournament. Fall Guys. And I thought that was really cool because you could win money just for going to play a free play tournament. So that was sick.
That is pretty cool.
I met a guy over at one of the areas that they make chopsticks, bookmarks, and keychains and several other like wooden things, like puzzles and such. And he ended up coming over to the booth later. They want to like work on maybe making one with the Guardian's mental health emblem on it. I thought that was super sick. He told me if I wanted to order anything, like he can get it laser engraved and sent to me. Just let him know what kind of wooden stuff I want. And their stuff was nice. They had different types. They had bento chopsticks, regular size chopsticks, and then they had like extra long chopsticks. You can get them engraved with like words and stuff on them. They're really, really nice.
I'm thinking I want one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got all of his information. But they had some really good keychains. So I picked some up for Ash because he told me which one he wanted. I bought one for Bats, and he's just gonna get it and not know what it says until it arrives. Which is way more fun.
Oh no.
It's not that bad. I thought about it.
I was looking at him and I was like, is that what the chopsticks say too?
Oh, you can get it on the chopsticks, yeah, for sure. I did not buy you the one that said uwu, but I really did think about it.
I was wondering if that was gonna, because I saw it and I was like, he's gonna send me one of those. I know it. I know it's gonna say uwu.
No, I didn't. I really did think about it though. I was like, that would be really funny. Along with that, let's see. Oh, it was a Monster sponsored event, so you got free Monster.
That's lit. That reminds me of like Warp Tour.
Yeah. So funny thing that you say that. They had a Warp Tour can that was deep well water. It was canned water.
You couldn't give me one, bruh?
It was strange. I tried it. It was so weird.
We were friends.
It was so weird, dude. I was like, what is this?
I just remember at Warp Tour, it'd be like, 90 to 110 degrees. And they just have like this monster drink section where it was like, you had to be on the patio and you could have unlimited monsters. So you'd like go to that patio, chug like 8 monsters, walk off, go party in like the hot sun, listening to like heavy metal bands, mosh pits, everything.
Yeah.
Go back later, rehydrate. Come to find out that that's not rehydrating at all.
No, not at all. I just remembered that we started this conversation about dressing up for an anime convention. I still hadn't got to the fact of what I was going to dress up as.
Because you're going by days.
No, I skipped days. I'm just going over everything. At one time. There was an exhibitors area where they were selling different products from like anime mystery boxes, which I always feel so weird about those because like, I feel like
mad about that because I was like, I want one, but I couldn't figure out.
But it's also like, are you gonna get anything good? You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna like? I just don't know. They had mouse pads, art, all sorts of different stuff over there. They also had a build your own lightsaber booth. And if you've never seen them, they sell different sabers that are battle ready. You can go fight with them outside or inside, I guess, if you want to. But they had a Mandalorian helmet. And I was like, how much is this helmet? And they're like, oh, it's $400. And I was like, holy crap. And they're like, but if you spend an extra 100, you get this. And it was a replica dark saber. I was like, is there any way I can try on the helmet? They're like, yeah, 100%. Dude, it's
Yeah,
a
this
good
man
thing.
sent me a photo and was like,
It's
look at this.
it was a good thing I didn't remember I was getting paid for casting, because I think I would have walked out of there with a Mandalorian helmet and a dark saber that day.
Dude, it's a good thing I wasn't there. I would have I'd have been like, "Oh, my credit card is maxed out. What do you mean?
Oh
Try it again."
no.
Wait, let me pull out another one.
Dude, they had the Ray saber where like the one that she makes, and like it's like, oh dude, it was sick. It was really really cool. Shoutouts to them. What was nice is if you're an exhibitor, a lot of places like, oh, you're an exhibitor, you're working a booth, cool, we'll give you a discount. And I was like,
That
oh,
must be
sick.
nice.
So
I
that
have
was
to
pretty
remember
cool.
that when I go to these events. Nah, yeah, I'm an exhibitor, bro.
Well, you have to have an exhibitor pass, but
I'll be like, forgot my pass. Shit,
they had a place. Have you ever heard of Wild Bills? They're veteran owned and operated, and they have these. So they have different size mugs. I wish I had it down here. I'll have to show it to you later. They're metal mugs. Well, they had a big one. I bought it. It was like $25. It's double insulated metal mug, and you pay $7, and you get free refills all day on whatever soda you want.
That's kind of lit.
It would be lit if I drank soda. B,
I knew that.
I do drink root beer, right? And I was told the root
Which
beer was
kind
good.
of root beer?
Well, I was drinking their root beer. Like it's their soda that they make.
I know, but which you prefer? That's the question.
What do you mean?
Well, there's A&W.
Okay, that was
There's
an
Mug
option
root
in this
beer.
case. This is
There's-
wild. Okay, this is Wild Bill's root beer. Bats. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, I ordered the root beer, or I get the root beer, and I'm like, because I've heard it's good. It was flat, bro. So then I was like, cool, I'll try like the orange cream and just see like, is it flat too? It was flat too. I was so upset. I also just didn't like the taste
Cream
of it.
soda is so amazing, by the way.
It is. It is. But I don't like, again, I don't drink soda. I occasionally will have a root beer like once a year. I couldn't even drink it. I had to dump it out. But I'm excited about the cup. The cup. I really wanted the cup, so that's where that worked out. As far as root beers go, though, ICB root beer is really really good. But I drink I drink all my root beers in an ice cold mug, and that is the only way to drink them.
Yes.
Um,
See, we have one of the very few, or I guess like where I'm at, like an A&W.
oh yeah, A&W is the best.
The root beer floats, and
Yep.
they got good cheese curds too.
We're gonna rewind here for a second, and if it because there's gonna be someone that listens to this. It better not be Embright, dude. Embright, if this is you having a bad take on this, I'm gonna be upset.
It's gonna be because he heard it.
If it's mug root beer, get out. If that's your favorite, get out. You're wrong. If it's Bart's, you're even more incorrect.
No.
No, I will stand by that.
All right, I will say this, sir, or not the Big K. Big K is if you're like in a pinch. I feel like you're like
I'm not even putting Big K on the list, Bats.
You know,
I'm talking about known root beers.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, we're not. This isn't Natty Ice times, bro. This isn't Natty Ice times. I'm not hearing that.
No. If you had a choice between, like, it's okay. You're making a root beer float, right? You have Big K, Pepsi. You're still choosing that Big K.
Well, yeah, because I don't drink Pepsi. If I drank soda, I'm choosing the Pepsi, bro. It's better. Anyways,
well, I'm not saying like, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, no. I gotta say that, like, So like my dad is, I'm not gonna say he's like a horrible penny pinching person, but he is a coupon deals shenanigans type
Oh
person to where
God,
if it's not
Big
on
K
sale,
ain't
he
it,
doesn't
bro.
get it.
I mean, I get that,
No,
but
but if
Big
it's
K is
not on
not it.
sale, he doesn't get it. So
I
it's
I
like
do that with
if
cereal, bro. Have you seen the cost of cereal right now? If that is not on sale, I
no,
do
I don't
not
need
buy it.
cereal.
Well, my kids do. And let me tell you, Bats, if I see cereal for $7 for a box, I'm like, no, you pick one of the ones that's on sale.
Dude, you might as well get like that. What is that? It's not Ensure, but it's the chocolate powder mix that's like pretty much essential breakfast or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm
You
not
might
giving
as
that
well
to my
get
kids.
that.
I'm not giving that to an 8-year-old. They're not gonna drink it.
Or be a man, Blaze. Wake up super early and make breakfast, bacon and eggs with pancakes.
I hate pancakes. No.
I know that's why I
Also,
said it.
also, I'm not waking up any earlier than I already do. I'm not doing it.
I know that feeling. I honestly like slept into the bare minimum today and was like, oh shit, I gotta get up.
I gotta get up. Oh no.
And still had time to mess around for a half an hour while Blaze was raging on Overwatch.
Oh, oh yeah, because I was trying to finish that event this morning.
Yeah.
I finished that
No.
event.
It's because that guy didn't pick a tank.
No, yeah, but it was because I was doing an event. That's why. It was like a special game mode, and I finished the quest with 8 minutes left.
Yeah, let's
So
go.
shout outs to me on that front. But no, so I went over through the exhibitors area. I did watch T-Pain for a little bit play D&D with a group of people, which was a good time.
Wait. T-Pain was there?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're glad I wasn't there because I would have like ran up.
Oh, there was a
What's up, T-Pain?
Here's the deal, Bats. I was right next to him at one point, and I was gonna say what's up, but he had a whole security team, and I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'll wait to the meet and greet, and I was gonna go to the meet and greet, and I saw the line, and I was like, because that was on Sunday, and I was like, if I go to this meet and greet, I'm not gonna be able to help pack things up, like all of it, and I'm gonna need to be able to do it. But yeah,
man.
T-Pain was there. Big Cheese Kit, who I'm a huge fan of, was there. It was a good time.
All right, let me see if it's still behind this.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
It is right here.
Nice.
Warp Tour.
Yeah.
Okay. So I waited in line maybe for like 30 minutes for Paramore to sign all that shit.
Yeah.
Right. with their security team and everything, I was like, "Yo, Haley, what's up?"
My God.
It's like you probably hear this a lot.
Oh my God. No, I was right next to him at one point, and I saw Big Cheese Kit, who I'm a huge fan of, and he was there too. It was cool getting to see them play D&D. It was hilarious. But there was the indie booth area. I tried out some indie games.
D&D.
There was some ones
man.
There was some that looked interesting. For sure. I'll have to keep y'all posted on a couple of them. But the ones I want to talk about, BattleBit was there too, which was awesome. But
yeah, Blaze is obsessed with that.
Yeah, BattleBit was there. I talked to the lead dev on that. Might be doing something with them in the future. That's kind of cool. And then I saw there's two games that I want to focus on, and one is called Stellar Watch. You can download the demo on Steam right now and try it out. But you have your spacecraft, and it sits in the center of the screen or wherever it's positioned at all times. You can't fly it around or move it. And at least I think it's a spacecraft. That's the way I interpret it. But then you have these little hexagons that pop up, and you can place your other ships around it. And like there is basically like a pulse fire, there's a laser, there's a missile, and you unlock more as you progress the story. So it's like a roguelike. But it's a roguelike mixed with tower defense where you have to put the things in and then you rotate the ships around. Like, so you just 360 spin everything around. And
is this the game you were playing before?
No, I've never played. This is the first time I've seen it.
This sounds like the game because so remember there was a ship you couldn't move, but you were doing like levels. It was for
Yeah.
dare drops, I think.
Yeah. This is not
And
that.
then you
This is
like
completely
go to the
different.
ship to defend. Like that's what it reminded me of.
Well, this is crazy because like you get these lines that come in where the enemies are, and you want to rotate your ship to not take damage, but to try to manage the different ships coming in. So then it starts becoming like almost like a bullet hell tower defense, where like you're like spinning your ships around. Dude, it was sick. It was already Steam Deck verified. I talked to them for a bit. I was like, my kids would love this. They're like, we've had so many kids come over and enjoy this today, and it was
I'm sorry.
awesome.
I hear Steam Deck verified,
No, they
and I
played it on
give the
Steam
middle
Deck there.
finger to that.
No, I watched. They had Steam Deck there to play it on, and it fully ran on Steam Deck with no problems.
I don't know. I've bought in games because it's like Steam Deck verified.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool, I can play this, and like it just crashes constantly.
Well, that's like New World.
And it's like,
You can only play New World can only be
yeah.
played on a certain type of internet connection on the Steam Deck. Fun facts of the day. If it's not like that's if you're just using Steam and not doing any modding or any of that stuff. But that game was really
that's
cool.
just like the Invincible.
Yeah,
They
but
say
I don't know.
it is.
But it might be Steam Deck verified in the sense of you have to have the Steam Deck plugged in to play it. Like on a power out. Like you might have to have it hooked up to power to be able to play it. Like
Well, no, I had it hooked up to power, but it,
then I don't know.
it couldn't handle the graphics technically because it kept crashing constantly.
Oh,
like
you
anytime you got to
even
a
if you went in,
cutscene,
even if you went and edited everything down.
Yep. Oh, I
'Cause, like-
downloaded I edited it to low quality because I was
Yeah.
getting mad.
Yeah, some of the stuff has to get changed, but I mean, I don't know. That's one thing Valve just needs to work on for sure. The other game that came about was a game called Wildcard. And I walked by and I watched some people play it, and I talked to one of the brand managers, and I was like, dude, this game looks sick. And like the camera reminds me of Smite. And they're like, oh, well, our dev actually worked on Smite. And I'm like,
yeah.
This makes more sense now. But it's like a third person MOBA where like you have a middle lane, and at each end, it's right now it's just 1v1s. You have your goalie, which is basically the Titan. But you have a mana bar and you have a deck. And the deck you can modify however you want. Like you can change out your cards. Like you play Warcraft Rumble, similar to that, or play like Clash Royale, that type of system where you have like mana and you place units. Same type of idea, but you can only place them on your side. So you can't go throw stuff on the other side because that's called offsides. But you're summoning your minions to go attack the Titan or goal, in this case, the goalie on the other side, because your goal is to kill the goalie. And if you kill the goalie, it brings up this shield, and you have to kill the shield in order to score the ball that's on the other side.
Okay, so shield would be Phoenix. All
Yeah.
right, wait.
Yeah, but it's kind of backwards. Like you kill Titan to then take down the shield, which would be like the Phoenix, to then score the point. The game is super fun. It is really, really good. I played it a couple times. I really enjoyed it.
Blaise has been talking about it nonstop.
There's a part where you can look over in the stands and you can see the Discord avatars of people that are watching, and you can fire a t-shirt cannon into the stands to give a random person a reward. It was sick. And not only that, they showed like the spawn area, like the dev was talking to me about it, the lead dev they have there. And he was like, oh yeah, like this is going to be like our dugout, and your cards like will have portraits on the wall of the ones you've chosen. And he's like, I'm hoping like at some point like we can go ahead and make it where you can customize your dugout. I'm like, that sounds sick.
Oh, that would be sick. That would be awesome. Like
then I'm talking
graffiti it or something
or
like that.
Furniture,
oh, man.
Whatever it may be. Well, then I'm sitting there and I'm talking
All
to
in the aquarium.
Yeah. I'm talking to
set it up. I got ideas.
I'm talking to the co-CEO later on. So like I played it by myself one day. I took Justin over, who was with me in the booth. He was our professional there for Guardians Mental Health this weekend. He came over and tried it out, and he's like, this is good. And when I went over there with him, one of the workers that's with the team, I think it was the brand manager, came over. She's like, the mental health kits you brought us were awesome. We busted them open last night, and we were taking pictures of some of the cards because we're like, this is so useful. but we're taking pictures of it so that way we could all have it. And I was like, well, first, you can go download the Guardian's mental health app. You don't have to take pictures on your phone. Everything's right there for you. It doesn't track any data. You can just download the app, and everything's there along with our digital content. I said, but I'll bring some more kits over for y'all in a little bit. She's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And I brought her a tote bag with a couple kits, and she was like walking around with it for a while. It was awesome. And we were talking to the co-CEO and Kate, and she was going through and talking to us about just different things they're doing, about how they're creating characters and how they're, taking data and not in this way, more like how they take movie data, because that's where she previously worked in, was film, and applying it to making characters for games, and their game specifically. And they've made this huge like open source project that other developers could use. Dude, it was super interesting. I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is mind boggling. And I was like, and her and Joe talked a little bit, because I took Joe over to try it out and like check it out. And I was like, hey, when you guys finish talking, could I ask a few questions? She's like, oh, 100%. And I'm like asking about like, what's your idea for esports? They were telling me about how like their spectator works and the features of that for like, because they want it to be very community oriented, and they want their competitive scene to start from the community. They don't want a top-down approach where you have, in quotation marks, pros that are brought in by these orgs. They want a community built up approach where you take the community that makes a competitive league and then build it from there to then have a pro scene if it gets to that point. That's what people want. And I was like, dude, this is checking all the boxes.
Right?
It's cool. It's cool. I definitely something to check out. They're doing a bunch of playtests right now. I hopped in their server. I got a playtest tag. They already sent me a code for that. I'm excited to have opportunity to playtest from time to time. Game's sick. Really looking forward to it.
Okay, two things.
Yep.
First off, one, remember when you talk to them people? Aquarium? Yep. Aquarium. Not like basic bitch shit, but I'm talking about aquarium stuff. We're talking about like whale sharks up in that bitch. Some
koi fish. Just give me
you can't have whale sharks with koi
just give me
fish.
Give me the koi pond. Just give me the koi pond. Just give me the koi pond.
You're turning this into yourself. No, we want aquarium. Aquarium. Like starfish, angelfish, whale sharks, seahorses, saltwater shit. Second off, because I saw that like I was lagging and shit, so I redid my graphics on Assassin's Creed.
Oh, you're good.
And I was talking to Boss about this. It says in Assassin's Creed when you start up, ask your doctor before playing if you are pregnant.
What?
Yeah, and I was like,
oh my God.
What does that have to do with anything? Like,
that's crazy.
I can understand like seizures and everything like that, but I was like, what would this game?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
That's so strange.
Boss is like, you're joking, right? So I streamed it and everything, and I was like, no, look at this. He goes, what the? And I was like, exactly. Like, I mean, I realized I'm a dude, so I don't understand all the complications, but I never thought like playing a video game was
something must have happened during their tests where they're like, we have to write this down now.
I mean, I get that. But I was like, I don't even understand what could be an issue.
Other things that I did.
Yeah, you did a lot of things. Sent me photos every step of the way.
I met a lot of people at the booth. I met a lot of content creators. Already connected with a few of them, and I've had a good time. I actually met like several kick creators, and they were like dope. Just sitting down and getting to talk with them a bit about like their experience, things like that. And then
man bragged every day of
upstairs.
Every second of every hour.
That's not true. I went upstairs and I found the fighting game area. And that's where they had all the like the major fighting game tournaments happening. And it was just literally a conference room with giant screens and fighting games. It was awesome. I finally got to play Mortal Kombat. I also got to check out a leverless fight stick, which I'd heard of. I've seen them online, but I've never actually like got to use one. And I talked
Fucking
to
show off.
I
No,
talked
I'm
to
already saying it.
Victrix.
I'm already saying it.
I
I'm
talked to
already saying it.
I talked to Victrix, and I was like, "Hey, how much does one of those go for?" And they told me, and I immediately DM'd Leone, and I was like, "Leone, what do you know about these fight sticks?" And he sends me his receipt of the one he pre-ordered, and I was like, "Oh," so I'm like, I gotta go try
Didn't
one of these
even
out.
offer to get me one. Can you imagine that?
So on Sunday, I go back up there, and I'm like, towards the end of the day, and I was like, "Hey, I want to get one of the fight sticks," and they're like, "Hey, do you want it engraved?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want it engraved." I'm talking with the guy that does the engraving. We're going back and forth or whatever. And he finishes engraving it. And I look at the guy. I saw someone else pay. And I'm like, they never charged me. And I went it back over and I was like, "Yo, dude, I need to pay." And he's like, "What?" I was like, you never took my card earlier." He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, because anytime I spend money, I get a ding on my watch that my card was charged." So I got my fight stick. It will force me to play more fighting games, and it looks sick.
I hate you.
It has yin yang koi
You
fish
could
like
have
my
asked
tattoo,
me. I
like
love.
the
Well,
koi
no,
pond,
let's
and
just
it's
put this out
engraved.
there.
Yeah,
Blaze was like, "Is there anything you want?" And I was like, "Yeah,
yeah.
just send me like photos and everything." Then I never heard from him again.
I did send you photos.
Like he sent me photos. I was like, "Yo, this, and this," and it was because
Yeah,
first off,
but
those random anime boxes, I was like, "Dude, I'll drop money, hardcore. Send me
yeah,
stuff. Give
but
me, give me everything."
I saw someone open one of those, and it wasn't impressive, and I was like, ah.
But see, this is where, and I will give it to Blaze. He said FaceTime wasn't working right, or his headphones, or some shenanigans.
My
Because
headphones
I
weren't
was like,
charged on Saturday, so like Sunday they were.
if you point me, I will tell you to the left, right, down one, over three, up, right there, and I guarantee you it'd be a good one.
The problem
Because I
was on
always,
Sunday, I was running around everywhere, and then I had to buy my stuff in the lightsaber booth. I was like trying to check them out, and I stood there for probably like 45 minutes trying to like talk to them and figure stuff out there. Um,
so essentially what I heard was this man was like, "Nah, lightsaber."
yeah, I was having to get what I could get done because after that I went upstairs to get the fight stick, and then at that point I had like an hour. I had like it was a half an hour, if that, before they were closing, and then I needed to go pack up the booth because I had to get Joe to the
See, if you
airport.
would have told me about those fight sticks, I would have said, "Yeah, nope, get me one, PayPal."
I mean, you can just order one online.
I know, but they're way more expensive.
They are $40 more, but I don't know how much it would have cost me to ship it because it is fully metal.
I would have paid for shipping.
No, but I'm saying like I don't know how much would it have been that big of a difference. I don't know. Like as far as like
Yeah,
after
but
shipping is done.
engraving, like,
That's true. I don't know if they do that for free online or not. If you ever like, but I know they do
they
it for
don't.
free if
They
it's in
definitely
person.
don't.
What I liked is they didn't charge you tax.
Really?
Yeah, they gave you a $40 discount and didn't charge you tax. They're like, yeah, we just take the tax hit. And I was like, sounds good to me. But I got to try that out a little bit. I'm excited to try it more and get more acclimated with it because when I was messing around with it on Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, it felt really good not having a joystick, which is, strange. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good weekend. Like I said, met a lot of people, had a lot of good conversations, and overall was a good time. Ate some tasty food. That'd be that. Drove back. Drive wasn't bad. Pretty good drives overall. And tomorrow I'm taking my kids to Dave & Buster's.
Hey, let's go. Oh, wait. Whoa. So
Oh,
you
I
came?
forgot the camera. There was a camera they showed me on one of the days, and I did an interview with Landfest regarding its mental health, and there's this tiny little camera. It's like the size of my thumb, called OBS
Oh,
Bot.
yeah.
It's a 4K double ISO or dual ISO drive camera that like corrects all the light. It was fan freaking tastic. And I was like, "Oh, how much are these normally?" They're like, "Oh, like $280." And I was like, excuse me? Well, I found it for $180 and ordered it today with my stream money. So that's coming to stream as an upgrade.
You have to show me that.
I will. I'll send you a link. Because there's an edition above it, but I was like, I'm not dropping that much money right now.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But it's fully AI tracking. Like it will track you around the room. And,
oh, that's pretty cool.
And you can control it with gestures. It's crazy.
I actually bought a smart lock today, which I never thought I would do, but it was like $60. It was Phillips.
Yeah.
Which I'm skeptical on because I know, like, it's okay, I know the two major like lock brands. I just can't. I'm brain farting on them right now. It's like
I got you.
Reset and Quillyset. If I saw it, I could say
I know
it.
what you're talking about though.
And then the other one starts with an S, but like I was like, Philips I still like them. It's a name brand. Like I've researched it a lot. It was pretty good, and it was $60. Thumbprint along with code Deadbolt. And I was like,
Nice.
deal.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Because I mean, I initially got it because my mom struggles with my locks right now. And she comes over when my dog, or not my dog, but her dog. So her groomer moved to where I'm at. So instead of her driving like 20 minutes away, she just hangs out at the house, which is
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
a minute away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I have no problem with that. I'm not going to argue that at all. It's like, why should you have to drive back and forth when I'm right here? It's cool. But like, she struggles. So dad has to come. Then it's like a whole thing. And it's like, if you ever want to just like come in there, now it's a thumbprint, a code, whatever. You don't have to worry about it.
That's what's up. I mean, I know a lot of people like smart locks.
I'm only putting one on my back door because, like, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll be 100%
I get
honest.
that.
Like, I
get
like
that.
them, but I'm also like, can they be hacked? Are they hacked? Like, look at how they stand by, Wi-Fi, WPA2 passwords, everything like that, like security. But yeah, all you need is a little antenna mechanism, and it's like, boom, hacked. As soon as you log in, I got all your information. Like, okay, so for those of you that don't know, I do work night shift now, so I'm up to like butt crack of dawn. So I have seen a lot of weird shit because apparently that's when they advertise everything on
Yeah.
Reels, Facebook feeds, TV, all that stuff. So you start to think about it and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Also, I do watch a lot of that like the documentaries and everything of underground organizations and everything.
Bass is going
Just
down the
because
rabbit
it's
hole.
interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, I always go down a rabbit hole. Let's be honest here.
Understood. But I know a lot of people like them. I think they're relatively secure with at least the button inputs. I imagine thumbprint's probably pretty good too, but three ways
I
around
would
that.
assume it also has a key for backup. So I was like, oh, that's a plus. That is a definite plus.
But yeah, that's all I
I
got.
don't know. I'm
For
excited.
this week, by the way, I got nothing else. So if it's you from here on out.
Dude, okay, to be honest, I'm just throwing it out here. We didn't even go over to games of the week for me. I mean, I guess we said I've been playing Assassin's Creed Mirage, but then like we skipped over it because, you know, show off over here, went to DreamWorks,
You
had to
literally
brag about
DM'd
it.
me and said all I've been doing is playing Assassin's Creed. That's literally what was in your DM.
Okay. First off, all I've been doing is Assassin's Creed, but like I also have Last Fortress, which I have a big clan and everything like that, and
Yeah, they keep
we do
demoting
some
you.
big things.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, they have been demoting me. I'm salty about it, but at the same time, I haven't been putting in a lot of work. I'm an OG. I'll put it that way. But it's like since my work schedule is the way it is, I'm not there for everything that's going on.
Yeah,
I still play that. I did play some Terraria.
that's a game.
It was all right, but I feel like I was forced into what I'm playing.
Okay.
Like, okay, because they're like, oh, you could be anything you want except this. And I was like, well, okay, it's not like that. But boss was like, you want to be a rogue. And I was like, bitch, don't tell me what I want to be. I don't want to be it. I don't want to be a rogue.
Bats is
Now,
like, I want to be a rogue because all I've been doing is playing Assassin's Creed. You're right. Oh my god.
no, because I was like, I don't want to be a rogue. No, don't tell me what I want to be. I'm a mage. I'm a wizard, bitch. That's the farthest thing from a rogue.
I'm
And
Harry
like
Potter.
both Boston call me Harry. Nah, call me Voldemort because I'm about to Avada Kedavra these hoes.
Okay.
I probably mispronounced that hardcore.
This is taking a this is
Avada Kedavra.
this is taking such a turn.
I gotta. But anyway,
Where are we?
like, so hold up. This is what obsessed me. First off, it's like, okay, as we need to get you like a boss ass weapon, right? After boss already knows he's getting a boss ass weapon because like he knows what he's doing. And I'm sitting here like, bro, I got a basic staff that as gifted me because it was in his starter bag. Like, like, no, don't worry. I was like, nah, I'm worrying. Like, I'm wondering doing my own thing. Let's face it, because I was like, fuck it, I don't know this game. I still don't know the game. But anyways, I did that. It was all right. I feel like I wasted like 3 hours of my life. I'll never get it back. I'll probably waste more of it.
That's what Terraria does. That's it. Terraria is a game where like you'll play it and then there'll be at moments where you're like, "What have I done with this past 4 hours?" It's like Minecraft in a lot of ways, where you like,
yeah, that's true.
Minecraft, you'll just be playing and then you realize like 4 hours went by and you're like, "What have I even done? What have I even done?"
Like Blaise said, I played some Smite. Some ups and downs. I think I played Smite though before Blaise, and it was all good stuff.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wait, did I talk about on the last podcast? Did I play Smite with Kenny?
I don't know, bro. Bats. I have no idea. I can't remember.
I can't remember. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
By the
So wait. Like this wasn't on the podcast.
The episode last week released on Spotify and everywhere you like to listen to podcasts, but for some reason didn't upload to YouTube. So I had to upload that yesterday, which I thoroughly enjoy. So shout outs to whatever happened. I don't know. No idea. But it's up there now.
I feel like Friday. No. Yeah, nah, was it Friday or was it Thursday? Thursday or Friday? Yeah, so it would be a new one. Kenny and I actually played a ranked game.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I think we won. Don't hold me to it. I had a Scotty solo.
Oh, there we go.
That's all I remember out of it.
That sounds like a win, honestly.
Okay, so imagine this. It's my weekend. And Kenny says I'll be on shortly. 2 hours later. What do you think happens?
Kenny
I drank a lot of alcohol. Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, so it's a little fuzzy. I streamed a long time.
You
did. That
did.
was when, let's be honest here. I played some Lethal Company too. Do you want to know who ruined my Lethal Company game?
Nobody ruined your game.
Oh, no. Somebody ruined my Lethal Company game.
I got told it wasn't that bad.
No, because, okay, So to our Lethal Company game, we had I don't know actually how this worked. I think I switched to say I was playing Lethal Company. Gacto hit me up and said, "Yo, I got friends that want to play Lethal Company. Let's do this." So Gacto, I was like, "Yo, invite them to my Discord. We're already in here. I don't care who you invite. My Discord is open to everybody, just like Blaise's. So he invites all of his peeps. So we have like I think 7 people playing Lethal Company. We're all chilling, vibing, and Suave's in here, Boss is in here. So you guys know those peeps. We're all like, "Oh yeah, let's go." I mean, and while it might be like it's either the second or third payday, let's say, because like every payday is 3 days. For those of you that don't know who what Lethal Company is, and you grind your ass off at least the second and third day
I think
because
it's the
you
second day.
got to
From
get
what
shit.
from what I was told, it was the second day because I was told you weren't
Uh,
that far into it.
I honestly can't remember, but they started trolling. I think the first day. But certain people joined in. We're not going to name names, Leonie. That's not a name that we're naming. But this is the second time you have trolled my ass. But so we had quota, right? Apparently, certain people, I honestly don't know because I wasn't there because we were in the area where we were supposed to be working to get the scrap and everything like that. Decided it would be a good idea to take off without everybody. But then they one
Sounds like a
upped
good
it.
idea.
Decided it would be a good idea to take off without everybody while dumping everything everybody collected
Oh yeah.
besides the rubber ducky. But don't worry, we had the rubber ducky to save the day. But guess what? That rubber
How
ducky went off the edge with a certain person. So we didn't have jack shit.
how much is a rubber ducky worth?
I don't even know. I don't even say like so I think second day it was like second day is either like 300 plus or like 200 plus. But I know a rubber duck is not worth that much. Let's just put it this way. There were at least 5 of us that were pissed off. And that's majority rule.
That's funny.
I don't even know how I got on that rant, but I just remember being mad because I was like, then we played Smite.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about it. Sounded like a time.
Dude, I've heard
Sounded like a
about it
time.
so many times. But other than that, I don't think there were any other games that I played. If there was, it was just like here and there. Maybe 30 minutes or so. But yeah, that's my games of the week since we didn't get to it because somebody just assumed I only played Assassin's Creed.
Assumes a strong word. When you DM me, I only played Assassin's Creed.
Hey, listen.
I can pull that
Hey,
DM
listen.
up. I have proof.
Assume only
All
makes
right.
an ass out of me and you.
All right. So names of the week is You're Not Mom, Maddie Fatty, and Above Average Bot, Backstabbeth, Uno Dos Carlos, Drippin' the Sauce, Milkman, and Uwucifer.
Ooh. Dude, I'll never get over that. Can I get a ooh?
Other than that, it's time for shoutouts. Bats, you got any shoutouts?
Dude, okay. As always, shout outs to our listeners. Always thanks for the support. Thanks for the I guess I would say there have been a couple people that have put their input not into our chat, but just directly in general, talking to us, saying how we are and everything like that. Blaze has been there, obviously. Always, if anything, if you have anything you want to say, want us to speak about, want us to talk about, unless it's certain subjects, which we will tell you personally because we don't like to get into it here
Yeah.
because that's not what we do. We are gaming, we are fun, we are I don't know, there's like everything that's in between on that. Sorry, the all right, I had to turn it down. I was trying to save my game and it was like loud as hell. I was like, I can't hear anything besides and like um I will do this and only because I know Blaze will go into more detail, but also I want to shout out Guardians of Mental Health with their DreamWorks saying spreading their love and everything, dedication and all that to everybody who has mental health problems. I'm not gonna go into it, but from like everything I've heard from decisions that they made for DreamWorks and what they did and everything that goes into
Dreamhack.
it, I had no idea the behind the scenes stuff that goes into it and how most places do not think of a thing where mental health is a definite. Okay, brain farted, but what I'm saying is where most places don't think that mental health is a serious issue and they don't give those places that take it seriously the proper it's not materials but
Access.
proper access and support that is needed in certain areas. No diss to DreamWorks in general, but I feel like there's some bigwig somewhere who's like, we're gonna do this with that.
Well, I'll say this.
Complications everywhere, but
No,
like
they've been testing
it
different
needs to
things at
be.
different dream hacks. That's what's
Mhm.
been happening. Like they've done like 3 different dream hacks and they've tested different things each time, which I appreciate. Like I'm not against that at all. I just like I said, it would have been. I wish our visibility was more,
Yeah.
but not. But the nice part about where we're at, it made for like better connections with the people that came to the booth, and better conversations with people that came to the booth. So that part was really nice. Where I don't know, would it have been as impactful if we were in a different area like the main floor where it's louder? That might be a bit of a different conversation, but I did really enjoy it, and I just think there could have been a couple more cues to help out. But
Mhm.
again, they've tested different things at the past. So there's like 3 different dream hacks in the US, I think, and they've tested different areas at the different ones. So I think they're just really trying to piece that puzzle together of what works best. And I mean, I just appreciate them letting us be there and helping out. That's what I
I
appreciate.
mean, I guess my thing is so like and I so when I'm thinking about it, so you take a major business corporation, they look into everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name who you were talking about specifically or anything like that. But so you have nonprofit organizations who take advantage of all of that shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, like
Take
there's
advantage and
times that Joe said he's had people before come up to a booth at like other conventions, and people were like, "Oh, you're a nonprofit," and then like some like if you go and look at the nonprofit world in general, there's a lot of like strange things that happen, and this is everywhere. Like you can see it on the 990s of where money gets spent. Like sometimes you'll
Mhm.
see, and I'm not gonna name any of the like there's celebrity ones that have come out in the past couple years where it's like, wow, they
Yep.
paid their accountant $2 million. And it's like, wait, what? Like, and it's like that doesn't make any sense. And
Kind of
then
sus.
or you have some nonprofits, it's like, wow, 75% of what they brought in was paid towards um, workers, and only 25% became actual donation. So like, and that's all information you can see. Like you have to submit a 990. That is a tax document you have to submit as a 501c3 that you have to submit. You can go like Joe will tell you. He will show you and break down the Guardians mental health one if you want to see it. No one
And
in
and
Guardians
that's
mental
what
health
Blaze
gets
was
paid
telling
at all.
me. Like
Yeah. No one gets paid
you
in
you
Guardians mental
have
health.
to understand and I try to voice this more than Blaze because Blaze is associated with Guardians of Mental Health. So take it from me, who's not. But it's like most of those people are volunteers. They're serious about what they do. And they will always respond, help, get you the help that you need, everything like that. And it's not about money, it's about helping people in general,
Yeah.
not like the advancing and everything like that. And I feel like that's what, just from what I've heard, like situational wise, like these like events, not organizations, because organizations will be guardians of mental health, but like events need to realize when they start like adding costs, um shippings, how to get there, like everything like that, situations. It's like, okay, this is a big deal, we see their numbers, they've submitted their paper, like even if they have to submit paperwork, like because I feel like at least with Guardians of Mental Health, they would submit their paperwork, so everything that they've done, all their spending, what they get, the funding, all of that. And it's like, okay, so let's do this, that, and this. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be specific
Yeah.
because like
I mean,
it's
there's
going
always
in
stuff
down a rabbit hole.
that's, well, there's always stuff that's strange. Like, it was funny because one of the guys from Able Gamers was talking to Joe on Sunday, and he was like, "Oh, what does Blaze do for you guys? Like, is he your relations guy? Is he a PR? Like, what, how's that work?" Blah blah. And Joe's like, "Dude, he's just a stream ambassador, but
Yeah.
like at that rate he's going, we're gonna need to print him some cards."
No,
Um,
Blaze just understands the situation and what needs to be done. Like he just,
but you have like Able Gamers there. Able Gamers, I think everybody knows. I mean, they
mhm.
provide a handy, accessibility technology to people in need that need it. Whether no matter what your disability may be, they're able to provide that for you
Didn't
and
they do
help out.
that one controller for the guy who, I think it was, he had no arms, so he used like a
I think they've helped with that. There
yeah.
was some tech at DreamHack where it was the controller was with your tongue, and that was wild to me.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
what I'm talking, like, it
Able.
was, like, with breath and everything like that.
I don't know if that was Able
Dude
Gamer
was
specifically,
dude
but
was
like,
hitting headshots, and you're like, "Oh my lord, I can't
yeah,
hit headshots at all with my hands." Like,
yeah.
damn.
No, Able Gamers does a bunch of great work, and like seeing
Mhm.
them there and just like getting to talk to them and learn from them was really really cool. But yeah, like I mean, it's an interesting time in the nonprofit world. Like if you go and like you just do your research, you can see a lot of different things. And people come in with their conceptions of what it means to be a nonprofit. And I remember Joe telling me about that guy that did that. And then Joe's like, "Oh, you want to see our 990?" And it shows like no one gets paid. He goes, "Oh, you guys are a real nonprofit."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah,
And
like
and
no one gets paid in Guardians Mental Health."
and I
Uh,
guess what I'm getting at is, shout outs to Guardians of Mental Health because everything comes out of their pocket for what they do to spread their awareness. And
yeah,
that's
we're not a
that's
referral
what
service
matters
because that was
because
something that was said this weekend. Someone asked for a referral service, and we're like, "No."
Blaze went over the numbers with me and it dropped my jaw because I was like, holy crap. I never knew this existed.
Yeah,
Because like I'm in my own little bubble, let's be honest. So like because I don't, while I support this stuff, I'm not in it because there's a lot of work, there's a lot of, dedication, and I'm just kind of living my life, doing my own thing. Not that I don't support it, but like when you start hearing about it, you're like, holy crap, that's
yeah. I mean,
crazy.
it costs a lot of money to like run things like a quiet room. It costs a lot of money to, like, Joe thought his bags were fine. But Delta made him weigh both his bags
Hmm.
at once together. They charged $370 for being over the weight, which was an unexpected expense. I mean that's
Yeah,
really
you never
unfortunate.
know.
To the point of we packed everything in the bags I brought back with me, so he can just have FedEx pick them up and ship them back, because it's cheaper to ship them than to fly them.
Yep. And,
So I mean,
and
there's
it's
all sorts of
crazy.
stuff like that where it's just things that people don't realize when you're going through that and that's one of those costs, and that's one of the things I talked with Joe about on that one episode where it's like, hey, these are unexpected costs that you take because it's just things you don't necessarily know or think about. So it's an interesting time for sure.
And it's not an organization that's just, oh yeah, because it's like they're like, okay, we need to make sure that all of our money goes to the people that
Yeah, no,
actually need it.
and that's the thing. Like when we talked about it, is like we want to save as much money as possible taking stuff down to a convention because the goal is to provide as much mental health access as possible.
Mhm.
That's the goal. I mean, it's to get mental health kits out and be able to provide the app and be able to update the app and things like that. We want to provide mental health resources to give accessibility. I mean, that's the goal in the grand scheme of things is to give that, and I think it's doing a good job. Sometimes you have an unexpected expense like that, but like those unexpected expenses aren't taken lightly in any matter. Like it's definitely something that it's taken serious. So yeah, I mean, shouts to them for letting me come down. I
Oh,
drove down that
definitely.
way I could help
Actually,
out.
no, I rescind that because this person sent me so much crap. I mean, I'm getting pictures every day. Actually, multiple pictures every day.
Bats didn't.
Look at this. Look at
Bats
this.
is
Look at
over.
this.
Oh,
Look at
he
that.
is over embellishing this. There was not a bunch of look at this, look at this. I sent him some pictures, asked him if there was stuff he wanted. I don't know if I think I sent you a picture of the arcade stick, and that's probably about it.
Oh, that ramen and the dumplings.
Oh, okay. No, that was after Dreamhack. I did do that too, though, and I
That
told
was
you I was
not
going to.
after DreamHack.
It
That
was.
was not.
It
No,
was.
because the next day you sent me the Mandalorian crap.
Yeah, I sent that late.
But also, as he's like, "Do you want anything?" and I was like, "Everything." He's like,
Bro,
yeah,
no,
I'll get
the
back to you."
Mandalorian I sent you Sunday morning, and then I sent you the ramen Sunday night after I dropped Joe off at the airport.
Let me look.
Because I DM'd Asimore and I said, "Hey, Bats is about to be mad," and he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Because I sent him pictures of ramen."
I guess that's true.
But no, shout out to Guardians Mental Health for
But I didn't
having us
ask
down
you
there.
questions.
I
I am gonna
was
steal
nice.
this too. Shout outs to Simping for Senpai because oh my gosh, you are gonna have a lot to talk about on your podcast with everything that is coming out,
Yep.
how things are going, especially as Christmas is rolling around. Zom 100, let's go.
Finally.
Um, JJK coming out. What is it? There's just so much. We need to get back on there because I just want to rant forever. It'll be like another like 12-day podcast. It'll be 12 days. I'll make sure it lasts.
And last
Shout
but not
out
least,
to Blaise because I have been like, okay, I told Blaise this will be probably a short thing, but I've been
yeah,
trying to rant along with it, just kind of keep the time going.
yeah, we're an hour and 18 minutes in. I was like, oh, cool. This is gonna be easy to the point. Bats is like, no, I'm not letting this in. I'm holding it hostage.
It's not. Also, shout out to Boss when I kept sharing my screen. So I've been deleting games, right?
Yeah.
And on my desktop, there is 3 blanks where things should be, and it has annoyed the hell out of him. And now I'm just gonna leave it because it's going to.
God.
Um. Other than that, that's all my shout outs, and I will let Blaise do his monologue of what he does always.
Just shout outs to Dare Drops. It was announced the other day. Co Carnage has now invested in Dare Drops, and I think that's super, super sick. I don't know
Oh,
what
let's
that
go.
entails. I don't know what that means, but I will be learning more, I'm sure, in the near future, and I look forward to learning more. And then, as I already said, shout out to Guardians Mental Health. If you need mental health assistance,
Definitely.
make sure to go on guardiansmentalhealth.org or go on your handy dandy phone, go to your app store, download the Guardians Mental Health app. It doesn't take any data. Zero data is collected by you
Or if
or
you're
from
listening
you.
to this, hit Blaze up.
Yeah, join Discord.
Even if you need to hit me up, I will direct you to Blaze because Blaze will direct you to somebody else.
Very true. But yeah, just make sure if you need that help, reach out. And other than that, we'll catch you all later. Oh, no episode next week because it's Christmas. I'm not recording on Christmas. I'm not doing it.
Let's go.
Maybe we record something ahead of time, but probably not. So probably no episode next week.
Debatable. I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought it was this week we weren't going to record, but we did. So, you know.
No, it's next week. Next week is Christmas.
It all depends on what Blaise is feeling.
No, bro. Next week is Christmas. I'm not recording on Christmas.
Dude, Blaise is going to hit me up tomorrow. Yo, you want to record?
No, I'm not. Because I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night. I'm not.
Oh,
I
see how it is. You going to be streaming tonight?
No. I'm going to be streaming something else. What? I don't know. I have like 3 sponsored games right now to stream, so probably one of those. But we'll catch y'all later. Bye.
Later.